Okay, so for today, we're going to discuss the fundamentals of fluid flow. But before that, let's discuss first the kinematics of fluid motion. So in this topic, we're going to talk about on the different description on how we're going to define the fluid flow. Okay, so let's define first the term kinematics in this subject. Okay, in this subject, when we say kinematics, the study of geometry of the flow. Okay, so it provides a description of the position, velocity, and acceleration of a system. So again, what are those three? So in kinematics, we're going to talk about velocity. So there's a presence of velocity. So in kinematics, we're also going to talk about, aside from the velocity, the position, okay, and the acceleration. So those were the three things that we're going to talk about in terms of kinematics. Okay. So when we talk about kinematics, there's what we call the system of fluid particles. Okay. When we say system, it actually considers or consists of specific quantity of the fluid that is enclosed within a region of space. Okay. So apart from the fluid outside this region, which is called surrounding. So, meron tayong, when we say fluid system, okay, so lagay natin dito sa side note natin. Okay. So, fluid system. So, when we say fluid system, we're talking about two things, no? We're talking about the system itself, okay, and the surrounding. Okay. So, what is the rationale why I'm explaining this first before we go to fundamentals of fluid flow? Because we have to understand first the rationale of why are we going to study the fluid flow, or in this case, the fundamentals of fluid flow. So, mas madali natin magigets kung ano yung ating pag-aaralan. Okay? So, in physics or in fluid mechanics, we have two description of fluid flow. First, which is what we call the Lagrangian, okay, description, and the Eulerian description. Yeah, so Lagrangian description and the Eulerian description. Okay, so dito meron tayo sa Lagrangian description or Lagrangian description system approach. Okay, so it was named after Joseph Lagrange or Joseph Louis Lagrange. Okay, so it was a system defined by tagging each particle. So again, it is a system tagging, okay, each fluid particle. So when you say tagging, means dinedefine natin per particle. Okay, so in this kind of description, okay, so the particle's velocity and acceleration as a function of time and it moves in one position to the next. So kanina sinabi natin in kinematics we are dealing with velocity, position, and acceleration. In Lagrangian description, okay, so we are dealing with the particle tagging, okay, quote unquote. Tinatag natin yung isang fluid particle and we are dealing with its velocity, okay, acceleration, and position, okay, of the particle. So in this case, mas madali nating magagamit yung ating natutunan on our calculus. Okay, so in Lagrangian description, okay, so the fluid particle specified with a certain vector in a space, okay, so let's say vector r, okay, and then the velocity is a function of time. Okay, so ibig sabihin ginagamit natin yung ating function, or should I say yung ating velocity na formula, and velocity is equal to dr over dt, where dr is the change in the position and dt is the change in time. Okay, so ayun yung ating pinag-uusapan. Okay, so pwede din natin ito i-define as v is a function of time, velocity is a function of time, that is dr over dt as a function of time. Sabihin, kada point in time, meron tayong analysis. Okay, so in other words, the motion is measured, the particle is calculated by time rate of change of the particle's position. Ito yon, yung time rate of change na tinutukoy dyan, ito. This is what we call the time rate of change. Okay, so time rate of change. So nagpapalit, no, per unit time yung ating position ng ating particle. Okay, so the velocity is not a function of the particle's position, rather the position itself. Okay, kaya gumagamit tayo ng dr or r in a function of r sub t. Okay, rt. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo dito sa Lagrangian description, mas nakafocus tayo sa application ng ating fluid mechanics, should I say calculus. Okay, so wherein we get the strip and then we analyze a hole. Okay. So, on the other hand, meron tayong tinatawag na Eulerian description. Okay. So, actually, this is called Eulerian description control volume approach. Okay. So, in this description, the velocity of the fluid particles within the system can be described by considering a fixed point. So, in this case, kapag Eulerian, what we consider is a fixed point. Okay. Meron tayong fixed point na ina-analyze. So, pwede siyang x sub n, y sub n, and z sub n. Kasi we are dealing with 3 dimension. Okay? So, surrounded by different volume of space. Yan. So, the velocity of all particles that pass through this point or volume can be then be measured at this point. Okay? The method is named after yung ating Swiss mathematician si Leonhard Euler. So, naririnig nyo na rin to sa ibang subjects ninyo, but in fluid mechanics yun, gumawa siya ng approach wherein he uses what we call the control volume. Okay, so the volume of the space through which the particles is called the control volume. Yun nga yung nabanggit ko kanina, and the boundary of this volume is called the control surface. So in this case, ang ating analysis is gumagamit tayo ng somehow vector approach. Okay, so in Eulerian description, so the velocity is a function of a vector. Okay, so that is in terms of x, y, and z, and that is equal to, so u, kung ano man yung velocity na yon, in terms of x, yan, y, z, I, okay, and then plus, ano lang, v, then x, y, z, j, plus w, x, y, z, k. So, gumagamit siya ng vector, or what we call the vector field. Okay? So, when we say vector field, kaya siya gumagamit ng vector field because we are considering a velocity field. Okay? The reason why bakit vector field yung ginagamit niya, no? So, vector field, when we say vector field, kung familiar kayo, no? At napapansin nyo naman, so, it follows yung ating Cartesian plane. So, naka-point or naka-points in the Cartesian plane yung ating analysis. Okay? So, in the control volume also, no, meron tayong tinatawag na point in the control volume. Okay? So, ito yan, yung mga point na yan or fixed point na sinasabi natin. Okay? So, in both this description, ginagamit natin sa fluid mechanics or in hydraulics in general kasi nga it refers to both particles, no, or should I say yung fluid natin are in kinematics, okay, or in motion, so gumagalaw parehas. So from a Lagrangian point of view, it is very difficult to account for the position of all particles in the system, kaya gumagamit tayo nitong Eulerian. Okay, kasi nga sa Eulerian description, localized, no, yung ating point, specific siya, and measure the point or the motion of the particles passing that point. So, mas tinitigyos ginamit natin yung ating Eulerian description. Mas madali, no? Kasi sa Lagrangian, more on the tagging, no? Tinatag lang natin yung each particle. Pero hindi natin alam kung saan siya magfo-fall na point, no? Parang ang consideration, all particles in the system, masyadong broad. Kaya tayo, nagpo-focus tayo sa Eulerian description. Okay? So, mas madali sa atin mag-analyze. So dito papasok dito yung common pa rin application ng statics, okay, dynamics, and calculus or engineering mechanics in general. Okay? So that's it for our kinematics of fluid motion. So importante to kasi nga as we go along with this topic, fundamentals of fluid flow, mapapansin natin na somehow we are using the Eulerian description because it's easy for us to understand or to at least analyze particles. Kasi specific yung particles na inanalyze natin at a fixed point. Okay? So now let's move with fundamentals of fluid flow. Ito na. So first let's discuss with the classification of fluid flow or types of fluid flow. So first we have this what we call the classification of fluid flow to its frictional effects. Okay, so we have our friction. We have the laminar flow and the turbulent flow. Okay, so in laminar flow, the particles of water move in parallel lines. Okay, so the particles of a fluid move in an orderly manner to retain the same relative position in successive cross sections. So for example, this is your pipe. Okay, so this is your pipe. And then in laminar flow, so mapapansin natin na dire-diretso lang, no? Yung ating meron tayong parallel lines na sinusundan o yung path nila. Okay? Ayan. So for example, that is the line, no? Yung ating parallel line. So ito yung ating mga particle. Ayan. So tuloy-tuloy lang, no, yung ating flow. So paano yung ating flow pag ganito, no? From this point palabas sa point na to. Yan. So this is laminar flow. Okay. In laminar flow, okay, it's somehow also called the ideal flow. Okay. Bakit ideal flow? Kasi pag ideal flow, walang disturbance. Okay. As I said here, no, it moves in an orderly manner. Orderly. Ibig sabihin, walang hindi madi-disturb yung ating movement ng mga particles. Okay. Yung path na sinusundan ng mga particles natin ay dire-diretso lang, no? Hindi siya magkakaroon ng disturbance. Okay? On the other hand, okay, so we have what we call the turbulent flow. Okay, so pag turbulent flow, so same thing with laminar flow. So let's say ito yung ating pipe. Yan, so let's say ito yung ating pipe. Pag laminar flow, so kung ito yung ating direction, no, same with our flow, so papasok dito sa point na to, lalabas sa kabilang end ng pipe. So pag laminar, pwede magkaroon ng disturbance. Okay, so pwede mag-cross yung kanilang mga path. Okay, so yan. So ganyan pa pag turbulent flow. Okay, sa laminar hindi pwede. Okay, so nasaan yung mga particles dyan? So pwede nandito. Yan, pwede magkaroon ng banggaan ng mga particles, yung kulay pink. Yan, and so on. Okay? So, that's what we call the turbulent flow. So, from the terms of frictional effect, so we can see here that in turbulent flow, there's what we call the increase in friction. Okay? So, in turbulent flow, there's what we call increase in friction. So, friction of what? Friction of the fluid and the walls of the pipe. Okay? So, doon nagkakaroon ng friction. That's why when you say laminar flow, ang consideration is the frictional effects on the wall of the pipe. So, when you say wall of the pipe, and there's a friction, of course, ano ba yung, from your engineer mechanics, kapag parallel yung ating forces dun sa ating contact area, it's what we call shear forces. So, nagkakaroon ng mga shear forces. That's why it states here, the particles of the fluid no longer move in an orderly manner, kaya medyo disturbed, but occupy different relative position in successive cross-sections. Okay? When we say successive cross-sections, by the way, for example, this point, yan, ito, yan. So, ito yung mga successive cross-section. This one, then another one, ito, yan. Okay, so, that's what we call successive cross-section. So, depende doon sa point of analysis ng inyong pipe. Okay? So, about from point 1 to point 2. Okay? So, and so on. Okay? So, yung tatawag na successive cross-sections. Okay? It is also characterized by continuous small fluctuations in the magnitude and direction. Mapapansin nyo nga, zoom natin. So medyo nagugulo, no? Pwedeng yung particle mo mag-move northwest, no? Tama ba? Northwest ba? Hindi. Kunyari sa northeast, no? O in a certain degree. Ayan. So, nagka-fluctuate. Okay? Depende, no? Depende sa flow. In this case, pakanan lahat. So, papuntang east side, no? Or east direction. So, northeast, southeast, di ba? So, to a certain degree. Okay? So, which are accompanied by corresponding small fluctuation of pressure. So, nabanggit yung pressure dahil nga of what we call dito sa ating friction. Okay? Because of this frictional effects. That's why merong tinatawag na fluctuation of pressure. Okay? Fluctuation of pressure. So, just like I've said earlier, so if there's a friction, okay, may tendency na magkaroon tayo na tinatawag na shear effects. Okay? Shear effects on what? On the wall of the pipe. Okay? Yun ang tinutukoy dito sa turbulent flow. So medyo tedious, no? As we go along with this topic, may mga analysis tayo na pwedeng gawin. We have different approaches na pwedeng consider, no? In terms of the frictional effects. That is first with the classification of flow based on frictional effects. Frictional effects are friction between the wall of the pipe and the particles of the fluid. Okay? So, in turbulent flow, mapapansin din natin na sinabi dito na hindi sila in orderly manner. So, may other factors such as the type of the fluid, okay? The properties of the fluid itself, no? Pwede yon. O yung mga contaminants, pwede maging factor sa turbulent flow. Okay? So, next we have this classification based on the dimensional flow. So, just like I've said earlier, dun sa ating unang part ng discussion natin, so, in analysis of fluid in motion, we are considering a space, okay, or a surrounding. So, based on the dimension of flow, so meron tayong dalawa, actually we have three. We have the one-dimensional flow and the two-dimensional flow, okay? So, in one-dimensional flow, the factors or parameters such as the velocity, pressure, elevation describing the flow at a given instant vary only along the direction of flow and not across the cross section at any point. So, nakatutok lang siya sa isang dimension. It states here that velocity is a function of radius. Okay, so kung nasaan ang eksaktong point, no, one-dimensional flow yon. Okay. On the other hand, pag two-dimensional flow, it is assumed that the flow parameters may vary in the direction of flow in one direction at right angle so that the streamlines are curves lying in the plane and are identical in all planes parallel to this plane. Or, in this case, kung kanina sa one-dimensional flow, velocity is a function of radius. Sa two-dimensional flow, velocity is a function of x distance and radius. Para na siyang x and y coordinates. So, ganito siya, no? Let's have our illustration. Yan. Okay? So, kapag natin ang hati. Yan. Okay. Pag one-dimensional flow, for example, this is your flow. Yan. So, di natin makatotohanan na hindi siya pantay-pantay. Okay? For example, yan. Okay. Pag one-dimensional flow, kina-consider lang natin. Okay? Yung radius, no, ng inyong pipe. Let's say ito yung radius ninyo. Okay, so, radius, sabi dito, pag one-dimensional flow, ano nga ulit? Radius is a function of, velocity is a function of radius. So, to a certain radius, diameter pala to, no? Diameter, so radius banda dito sa gitna. No? For example, yan. So, let's say ito, nandito. Okay? So, yung velocity ng particle mo, naka-base sa radius. So, wala siyang kinalaman kung gagalaw siya from one point to another. Okay? Walang x distance, no? Walang analysis na, okay, x distance plus the radius. Yun ay kapag two-dimensional flow na. For example, ito, pagdating dito, halimbawa, so let's consider this the one-dimensional flow. Ito nasa kaliwa, no? So, pag two-dimensional flow, so meron na tayong distance, no? Let's say from the certain point. For example, ito, may x distance ka na, may radius ka pa. So, this is a two-dimensional flow. Okay? So, mapapansin nyo, mas marami nang ina-analyze, no? Ina-analyze natin yung distance na yan, okay? Distance din yan, no, kapag x distance din kapag humarap ka. Okay, so ito rin. No, pwedeng ito rin yung i-consider niya depende sa analysis na ginagawa niya. So, for example, ito yung ating pipe, no, cross section at xx. So, radius, no, sabi natin radius ng pipe, so tumatama let's say dito. Then, distance from the wall of the pipe. Okay, so pwedeng ito rin yung x distance na yan. Okay. Yan. And so on. Okay. Ayan. So, x distance. Ayan. So, depende sa analysis. Okay. Kaya meron din yung pangatlo, yung 3-dimensional flow kasi 3-dimension naman ang ating mga pipe. Yun nga lang, mataas yung level of analysis kasi gagamit tayo ng madaming iteration. Okay? So, gagamit tayo ng iterative solution from your numerical solutions, diba? So, example nun, so, water around the submarine and the airflow around in an automobile. So the 3-dimensional flows are rather complex and therefore difficult to analyze. Kasi nga, kapag 3-dimensional flow, lahat ng space coordinates required. So, para siya naka X, Y, Z. Okay? So, unlike kapag 1 and 2 dimension, mas madali sa atin because we are using from our physics, trigonometry, calculus, and so on. Okay? So, ayan yung ating based on the dimension of flow. Again, there are three, no? Unahin natin yung frictional effects, and then dimensional flow, and then third, okay, is what we call the classification based on space and time. Okay. When we say based on space and time, there are four major categories na pwede natin i-consider. Una, yung uniform flow, wherein the velocity at a given instant is the same in magnitude and direction, and at every point in the fluid. Next, we have the non-uniform flow. At a given instant, the velocity changes from point to point. And then steady flow, one in which the velocity, pressure, and cross-section of the stream may vary from point to point but do not change with time. And unsteady flow, at a given point, conditions do change with time. So, ito yung four major sub-classifications niya, no? Based on space and time. Ngayon, meron pa tayong mga sub-classification, okay, based on the combination of these four. Okay? So, una, meron tayong steady uniform. Anong ulit yung uniform flow? The velocity at a given instant is the same in magnitude and direction at every point in a fluid. So, pare-parehas daw, no? At a given instant. Ano yung instant na yan? Time. At a given instantaneous time. Uniform na siya, at the same time, steady flow. So, steady flow, the velocity, pressure, the stream may vary from point to point but do not change with time. Kasi nga, instantaneous time. Ano sabi dito sa definition? Steady uniform flow conditions do not change with position or time. Okay? The velocity and cross-section area of the stream of fluid are the same at each cross-section. For example, the flow of liquid through a pipe of uniform bore running completely at full constant velocity. So, pag steady uniform flow daw, so, hinahantulad niya doon, no, sa parang bore pipe. Okay? So, for example, ito. Yan. So, kapag steady uniform, so, let's say ito yung flow natin, whether, yan, magulo siya, no? Ang sabi niya, kapag steady uniform, okay, so, in this particular period of time, yan. So, let's say ito, time sub 1. And then, ito, let's say, bawa to. Yan. Time sub 2. Sabi dyan dito, the conditions do not change with position or time. Ibig sabihin, if at this time, kung meron tayong velocity na v, meron din tayo ditong velocity na v, which is equal. Okay? Kahit pa magkaroon ng turbulence, okay, from the frictional effects, hindi natin talaga matatanggal yon kasi every flow, meron talaga tinatawag na turbulence. Okay? So, yun yung steady uniform. So, yung velocity mo, hindi magbabago, constant velocity. Okay? And then, at each cross-section, so kahit maghati-hati dyan, so kung meron siyang given na diameter ng kanyang pipe, okay? So, at each cross-section, same yung condition na yon. So, madalas yung ating mga ina-analyze, no, in an ideal setting is uniform and steady flow. No, steady uniform flow. Okay? So next we have what we call the steady non-uniform flow. Conditions change from point to point but not with time. Okay? So the velocity and cross-sectional area of the stream may vary from cross-section to cross-section, but each cross-section, they will not vary with time. For example, the flow of a liquid at a constant rate through a tapering pipe running completely full. Paano ibig sabihin nun? So for example, itong sabi sa atin, steady pero non-uniform yung flow. Yan. For example, ito. Yan. Tapos, so dahil sabi sa atin is pwede magpalit, no? May vary from cross-section to cross-section. Halimbawa, no, nagkaroon ng dugtungan. Okay, halimbawa lang naman. Nagkaroon dito ng dugtong. Okay, so dinugtong yan. Then, nagpalit ka ng cross-section ng pipe mo. O, mas maliit na. Yan. So, sabi sa atin, kapag steady non-uniform, okay, yung flow mo, yan, pwedeng, ano daw sabi, yan, for example, yan yung flow. Okay. Pag steady non-uniform, okay, ang sabi sa atin, condition change from point to point but not with time. Ibig sabihin, yung flow natin, okay, for example, ito, yan, analysis natin, let's say point 1 to point 2, pwedeng magbago yung inyong velocity. Pero hindi doon sa time period na yon. So, ibig sabihin, yung time natin dito, pwedeng naka-constant. Okay? So, yun, no? Naka-constant tayo yung time natin. Sabi nga kasi dito is, but for each cross-section, they will not vary with time. Okay, for example, cross-section 1, cross-section 2, so it will not vary with time. Okay, so yung time na magka-pass through yun, the same time na magka-pass through siya doon sa 1 and 2. Okay, so yun yung sabihin na steady non-uniform. So pwede magpalit-palit yung ano mo, yung velocity. So pwede ka rin na magkaroon na ng velocity sub 1, velocity sub 2, kasi nga nag-iba yung cross-section mo. Okay, so yun. Okay, next we have what we call the steady unsteady uniform flow. So medyo tricky to kasi pag sabi natin kanina, pag steady uniform, constant. Okay? Pag unsteady uniform, at a given instant of time, the velocity at every point is the same. Okay? At an instant of time. But the velocity will change with time. For example, the accelerating flow of a liquid through a pipe of a uniform bore running full, such as would occur when a pump is started up. So, ganito. Sabi sa unsteady uniform, so let's say, halimbawa, ito yung pipe natin. Sa unsteady uniform, so pwede daw magbago, okay? Pwede magbago yung velocity. Halimbawa, no, for example, in this, itong point ito, let's say, point 1 and then point 2. Sa point 1, so let's say, mabagal pa yung iyong flow, tapos bibilis siya papuntang point 2, no? Baka magkaroon na ng turbulence yan. Okay? So, in this case, yung velocity 1 mo dito is not the same with velocity 2, but, okay, at that instant time, okay, the velocity is the same. So, for example, so, dito sa point na to, halimbawa, kinuha mo. So, yung velocity dito, kahit ilang points pa yan dyan, okay, yung velocity mo dyan is the same velocity all throughout yung mga points na yun. Okay? That's what we call unsteady uniform. So, nangyayari to kapag may mga presence ng pump at saka turbine. Okay? Kasi nga, sa una, hindi makaparehas yung velocity niya pagpasok papunta doon sa point to another point. Siyempre, mabagal muna. Tapos bibilis, 'di ba? Or mabilis then a constant velocity all throughout. So nagkakaroon ng acceleration, pwede na magkaroon ng deceleration. Okay, depende sa flow. Okay. Then last, unsteady then non-uniform. Okay. Pag unsteady non-uniform, the cross-sectional area and velocity vary from point to point, also change with time. For example, a wave traveling along a channel. So mapapansin natin kapag waves, 'di ba? Mahirap siyang sukatin. Okay, kaya nga gumagamit tayo ng mga advanced na mga devices to measure waves. Okay? So, we know na kapag ang waves, no, ay medyo may travel pattern sinusundan, kanya sine wave, cosine wave. So, depende sa klase ng wave, yun yung transmission. Kaya meron tayong AM and FM sa mga radio. So, the same thing with fluid. No, kapag masyadong nagpa-fluctuate na, no, unsteady na, tapos non-uniform pa, so, pwede magbago-bago. So, hindi natin masusukat ng on a accurate level, no, yung ating mga waves. Kaya advanced yung ginagamit na panukat na mayroon pang degree of error. Ibig sabihin, hindi 100%, no, may mga 5% pa siya na degree of error or margin of error rather. So hindi natin kayang sukatin specific, no. Ginagamitan natin ng calculus, no, para lumapit tayo on a theoretical level, no, yung level ng accuracy natin. Halimbawa, so gagamit tayo ng calculus, no, gagamitan natin ng differential equations para lumapit tayo sa accurate result. But the result's not really 100% accurate. So mahirap, no, kapag unsteady na tapos non-uniform pa. Okay? So medyo challenge, no, to measure the flow, the velocity, the acceleration, the movement of the particles kasi nga non-uniform na nga yung flow, unsteady pa yung flow. So pwede mag-fluctuate from one point to another. Okay? So yun yung sinasabi dito, no, sa definition na to. Okay? So that's it for our third classification based on space and time. Okay? So that's for the definition natin. Again, there are three sub-definition or definition of flow. We have our classification of flow, frictional effects, dimensional flow, and based on space and time. So that's it for our introduction of the fundamentals of fluid flow.